We kept trying to tell y'all that Chrisean is a terrible fucking mother and y'all was just trying to have her back and give her so much sympathy. Allegedly, Chrisean's son's medical records got leaked. They're saying that he suffered from withdrawals from when he was pregnant, okay, because I know the baby wasn't doing it, so that means the mama was, and we all saw her smoking and drinking while she was pregnant, okay? The medical records are also saying allegedly that he suffered from fetal alcohol syndrome, meaning that he is being affected from what his mama did, allegedly. Allegedly is saying that he also has a seizure disorder, and is saying a few other things are contributing to the why he's 2 and he cannot walk yet. And even Yanti got on here. We've been trying to tell this girl to get help for her baby. She talking about pray for her. All the prayers in the world ain't gonna work if you're not taking that baby to go get help.
Everyone asked, Lord, what else is new? When they noticed that Croc's kid was in the news once more. At this point, it seems that there is nothing more that can be said or that we don't already know. However, everyone is in shock over the recently disclosed truth. And people have been criticizing Chrisean for being a bad mother because nothing is worse than injuring your son before he has a chance at life.
My son's medical records leaking and everybody seeing and hearing about what's on them does not cancel her. I don't know what else at this point will. Like, somebody needs to get that little boy out of her care and get him out of her care quick. I tried to give Chrisean the benefit of the doubt because, you know, you're not always the best parent. Not everybody is the best parent, but they might be the best parent for that child. No, she's not the best parent at all. Like, seeing what's on these medical records is making me sick. Like, mind y'all, he didn't ask to be here and she did not have to have him.
According to CPS papers that were just disclosed, Junior's system contains both drugs and alcohol, such as, in addition to discovering illicit drugs in his system, they also documented numerous instances in which Chrisean had abandoned her son in danger and without supervision, such as when she left him unattended at the beach at 3 in the morning. To attend a party, and how he flinches whenever she raises her hand as if something terrible were about to happen to him. That poor infant. The situation is actually getting worse. And just when you believe that the Croc drama is almost over, more information comes to light that makes you wonder how she was ever able to get away with it in the first place.
What type of legacy do you want to leave behind for him? What do you want him to know about Mom?
How to turn to God. I just want to teach him how to, because there's nothing I could do for him.
Do you want to know what makes this whole situation even more bizarre? Standing 10 toes down in quicksand, some individuals still maintain that Crone did nothing wrong and owes no one anything regarding her son. However, girl, if the recently disclosed information is accurate, Crone has to get over her victimization. And stop acting like the victim because she is the one who is truly at fault in this situation. Although Crone has never acknowledged any wrongdoing in relation to Chrisean Rock Jr., her son essentially made the admission on her behalf. Because she never stopped drinking during her pregnancy, everyone has been speculating that her son may have had fetal alcohol syndrome. But wait until you hear this if you thought that was awful.
As bad as I would want this information that was just put out about Chrisean Jr. to be false, at some point I'm thinking it might be some type truth to it. Because you gotta think, almost 2-year-old child is laying on his back. He's not mobile, so that means he's in diapers. So that means he's sitting in that. So can I believe there were maybe possible breakdown of the skin? I can believe that.
Given that some medical records that appear to be those of Chrisean Jr. have been circulating online, it's possible that Crone did what she always does and annoyed the wrong person. According to these documents, Jr. may have fetal alcohol syndrome. Hold on though, because this is when things start to go out of control. Additionally, according to the medical reports, he tested positive for illegal narcotics, including opiates and nose candy, and was still experiencing some serious withdrawal symptoms. The papers also made it very evident that Jr. might have had more persistent problems. In addition to experiencing severe withdrawal symptoms from all of in addition to those chemicals, he also experienced seizures, spasticity, neonatal abstinence, and another condition known as cortical visual impairment. Damage has been done to this area of the brain that is involved in seeing clearly, and that's serious business. People have remarked that Junior doesn't seem to react to things that are. People have remarked that Junior doesn't seem to react to things that seem to react to things that are hurting to things that are right in front of him, even food. So it explains a lot, as much as I hate to say it. Therefore, it makes only sense that he wouldn't become thrilled and react in the same ways as a normal 2-year-old if he's confronted with something similar.
Honestly, I don't know why y'all even give these any type of attention whatsoever. We've never even seen Chrisean take Junior to the damn park. The park. And this is only a part of what we see during her entire day. Imagine what that boy gotta go through 24 hours in a day, 7 days a week with Chrisean, because y'all know she don't have no nanny, she don't have no caretaker, because she don't want anybody to know what Chrisean Jr. is going through. That he can't talk, he can squeak, he can't walk, he can't crawl. Like, what is actually going on?
According to the sources, Junior had been getting some assistance from an expert in orthopedics, cardiology, neuropathy, physiology, and more. Another section of the leak reveals that Chrisean Rock privately acknowledges that she drank beer and did nose candy during her whole pregnancy. Therefore, even though she isn't doing it in public, she's accepting some responsibility. There is a lot of this, and it is quite unfortunate that Junior must cope with it from the beginning of his existence. However, some are also claiming that there is proof that Junior is receiving assistance from a group of professionals, which explains why CPS hasn't yet arrived to pick her up. Because of all of this, folks have been genuinely curious as to why this baby is still with Crow. Proof of the suffering she has been causing him? The problem is that, according to the law, hospitals must report any suspected prenatal substance exposure in neonates, particularly if the child has numerous substance exposures. However, CPS would have a lot on their plate if infants were taken immediately whenever there was an issue. Rather, CPS would likely evaluate the scenario once the hospitals report it, and if they determined that there was a strong likelihood that the infant would not receive the required care, they would intervene and remove him from the situation. She's therefore set to go if the father, in this case Chrisean Rock, consents to work with her, provides the assistance she requires, and creates a secure place for him to heal, and they'll simply stop over occasionally to check that everything is still in working order. Does that make sense? The fact that Chrisean Rock frequently prioritizes her son's needs over her own, and that she does it in public for everyone to see, is what has people curious about this whole situation. I, for one, can't forget the time she was spotted not holding her infant boy properly, or the time she left him locked in the car to dispute with Blueface on the phone. Fans even shamed her not too long ago for abandoning her son on the beach at 3 in the morning while she was enjoying herself at a beach party.
Now what if a wave came up and washed him offshore? And he drowned. And he got unalived. All because you wanted to go to that party so bad you couldn't find a reliable arrangement, get him a babysitter so he can be properly cared for while you go out 3 a.m. in the morning to go party on the beach. Is it that serious? Some people are just not meant to have kids. I mean, like, I don't like to judge nobody parenting, but she just be doing, she do shit. And it's given like, it's off her clout. She want to stay, she want to be the buzz.
You're going to be shocked if you believe that Crone's most reckless act with her son was leaving him alone.
Watch this. Why you run like that? Why you run like that? Why you run like that? He like, hey. Okay.
People began to notice something different about Junior's relationship with his mother in one of the more recent incarnations. He began to wriggle and move around as if he wanted to leave the room as soon as she raised her hands, but Chrisean merely chuckled. Given Junior's recent medical report, some were speculating that he might be experiencing a seizure or something. However, this isn't sitting well with any of you. Watch this, Crutch said as she held up her hand. This implies that she most likely knew what was going to happen when she took that action. In order to calm him down, she then had to remove him from the camera. Therefore, the idea that this is a typical reaction a child should have when a hand is raised isn't actually supported by the internet. I've heard some say it was a seizure, but I don't think so. One person even stated, "I don't think it's a coincidence that she took that breath and he freaked out at the same moment. This child was frightened at the time. That's not how I've ever seen him move. He seemed to be making every effort to distance himself from her. He panicked even more and started crying as if he knew what was going to happen as she turned and properly grabbed him. Although I can appreciate those who suggest that it might be a seizure, The sad truth is that I do believe she is capable of and maybe physically abusing her own child on a regular basis. The fact that Junior is still not in what appears to be the greatest environment for him is disturbing. It's considerably worse than that, according to the streets. Because imagine what more is happening that we are unaware of if this is what we are witnessing. Chrisean had no right to become a mother. We all saw her being careless during her pregnancy and felt she was unsuited to be a parent. The medical report is crazy. How is it possible for Will the infant be treated by 10 different specialists? Unfortunately, he has no chance. She hates him since she never wanted him, especially since he isn't the rich baby she was hoping for. It's hardly surprising that she vocally and physically vents her frustration, contempt, and humiliation on him. Her interactions and connections with both people and animals demonstrate that. She enjoys bullying anyone she perceives to be weaker than herself. Junior is no different. Chrisean Rock must serve time in prison and find a caring home for her child. The baby's medical reports were something I really didn't want to read. This is hurtful today. However, do you believe the medical report to be authentic? We have a lot of topics to cover, so before you watch the next video, leave your thoughts in the comments section and make sure to like and subscribe. In the next one, I'll see you.